Wednesday, 15th of February 2023. This is Orange 107.9 FM. You are live on the Women Lately Show, Conversations Worth Having. My name is Francisca Taylor. I am excited to be here the day after Val's Day. How was Val's Day for you yesterday, Dora? How was Val's Day for you yesterday, Dora?
Val's Day yesterday, I'm still waiting for my chocolate from someone.
Yes.
But I think it was a normal day. I had a program in the evening that made it fun.
Okay.
So we met some young people. It was a church program actually, but young people, not a church setting, having conversations, honest conversations about life, love, and shared a few guidelines with one another. It's not like I went imposing my opinions on people. Okay. So I think it was a great day, but I'm yet to have a bar of chocolate. Maybe Francisca would give me one.
I owe people chocolate a lot. I've just promised someone chocolate after the show, so I'm hot today. Jackie, how was Val's Day yesterday?
So it's okay. So it was just a very simple, nice lunch with Mr. And ice cream with the girls, with my twins.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes, a surprise ice cream for them.
Okay.
Yes, because surprisingly, it seems kids know about Valentine's Day.
I know, so
right? they came asking for chocolates and toffees, and I just had to do a simple ice cream thing with them.
That's
nice. And they were asking me what Val's Day is, and so who can be your Valentine? I said, me. I am their Valentine for now. So it was a simple, nice day.
That's lovely. That's lovely. All right. So if you are watching us on Facebook, you are live on Orange 107.9 on Facebook. If you are listening on radio, it's Orange 107.9 megahertz. And today we are talking about female friendships. When I thought of this topic, the only person who came to mind, honestly, is the woman sitting right in front of me. And I think we planned this for a couple of weeks earlier, and then something came up, it couldn't happen. And then we had another show, and I said, I'm bringing you back because you have to talk about friendships. I'm going to give you ladies a chance to introduce yourself to my listeners. Tell us your name, what you do, anything else you want them to know, and how they can contact you in terms of business. So let's go with you, Dora.
Okay, thank you, Franca. So my name is Dora Nana Adote. Okay, some of my friends know me as Ose, so if you hear Adote, same as Ose. So the name has changed. I am a small business owner.
With the emphasis on small.
It is still growing. So it's a startup which is growing. So I am a distributor for Ekunfi natural juice. No sugar, no preservatives, no additives. So if you are looking for something healthy for yourself, for your children, look no further than Ekunfi natural juice. It comes in 5 flavors. I can't give the details of all of that, but at the end of it, I'm going to give out my number. You can call, you can WhatsApp, you can go to Facebook, add products and services. You can contact us through that. And I also we've added something to it, the niche, depending on whether you are American or British. Yes, so the niche chocolate drink that has just a little bit of sugar, but it's cocoa, and we all know the benefits of cocoa. It's healthy. Right. You also need it for yourself, for your friends, even your enemies, but today for your friends, because you are talking about friendship, your female friends specifically. And I also deal in perfumes from Europe, perfumes from Canada, perfumes from US. Smell good. You know, when you pass, heads should turn so that people would know that the lady or the gentleman is around. And we are adding, should I say we have added, a new line of business, a new product to the business line, and that's diapers. As we continue to give birth, you can't afford to let your baby go through nappy rash stuff. No, it is not fun at all. So my number is 02055848440, 02055848440. If you are in Kumasi, wherever you are, we can always arrange for delivery. And then you can also WhatsApp the same line, and I am happy to serve you. Thank you.
You're welcome. She came prepared. Is your husband listening? He's at work. He should be listening.
Otherwise.
Good afternoon, John Adote. Hopefully you are listening. John has been a guest on the show.
Yes,
last season.
Yeah.
And the fun fact is both of them are married to pharmacists. I don't know whether that's why they agreed to wear pink. And they didn't tell me. I don't know what's going on, but we'll still take it. One thing I love about Dora, she's very consistent with her marketing. I'm sure you've noticed that. Very consistent. Sometimes she posts at 1. I'm like, hey, it's wonder. But I wish you all the best with your business. Art products and services,
yes,
you
art
said.
Products and
Okay.
services. Thank
Amazing.
You.
Now, the Jackie Annabelle Adeji. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
Okay, so Jackie Adeji. My business name is Jabel. I'm also Annabelle. My first name is Annabelle. I think a lot of people know me as Jackie, so I have a combination of Jackie and Annabelle. That's
Which
Jabel.
one is it? You said Annabelle is Annabelle Jacqueline.
Yes, so Annabelle comes first. Most people call
What
me
a
Jackie.
shock.
I know, right? So I have Jabel style. And I've been doing this for about 12 years. I do African wear, basically very classy African wear for ladies and gents.
Wow. Are you wearing Jabel?
Today I'm not wearing Jabel, but
Okay.
She is.
Yeah, but so Jabel is branching a bit
Okay.
into plus size designs.
Right.
Yes, I realized as I gave birth, put on weight, it was actually difficult to get what you wanted to wear and feel confident in it.
Okay.
Once I found that niche, I realized that you could still slay and be plus size. So
Okay.
what I'm wearing is a little bit of a subsidiary of Jabel.
Okay.
So we are branching into plus size.
Okay.
I think you and Dora would miss that. But that's fine. Yes.
You can never be sure.
Yes, so that's what now we are branching into.
Okay.
But we do basically African wear for ladies and gents.
Right.
Then along the line, we added Jabel shoes. So as for Kumasi, if you want the classiest corporate shoes, seriously, you have to come to Jabel.
Yeah.
Yes, Dora says she agrees.
I
Yes.
agree too.
Yes.
I'm a client of
We,
Jabel
we,
shoes.
we
too.
do actually absolute classy shoes. Then a little bit of skincare. So for rashes, for acne, we have some organic, purely organic soaps that we do. So for now, that's what Jabel is into.
Okay.
Along the line, we are a small scale entrepreneur, like Dora said, but
Women and small.
yes, small scale entrepreneurs that along the line, if anything good comes up, we want the best for ourselves and the best for the city, so we would get into it. The last one we've got into is we've had a corporate business group. So that one we are a young group. We just started I think in February, but we are trying to organize anyone in Kumasi who is into corporate business.
Right.
Come together, advertise our products. I believe in buying from who we know and helping each other.
Right.
So you can have a formidable force. People that you do not know within your circles can join. Anyone at all can join the Kumasi corporate group. Yes.
Do they have to have a business to join?
For now, yes,
Okay.
you would have to have a business, no matter how small,
Okay.
just any business at all.
Okay.
We just want to have it as a corporate because we realize that along the line, most of us, like, if you're a professional, at first it was just that. Now it seems almost every single person has something small in addition to
Yeah.
the professional aspects that they are used to. So would love to have any business to join. My number is 02433 20436. So you can reach us on WhatsApp. We do a lot of deliveries, even on calls, nationwide.
Okay.
Even if you want us to deliver outside the country, we do a few of that.
Right.
Yes.
Amazing. And Dora and I are part of the corporate
Yes.
business
Group.
Do you know? I don't know that name. I just see corporate and I know it's your group.
But we are having a nice time there.
Yes. And Dora is posting consistently there too.
Yes.
Yesterday I saw someone call it Ikunfi Madam or something like that.
I like the name.
Anyway, good to have you. Kojo Asempa Furniture Works, good afternoon. He's joining us on Facebook. He says, good afternoon to your listeners from Kojo Asempa Furniture Works, Edum Kumasi. Kojo, we always love to see you here. Kweku Manes says, such a fantastic topic. Thank you for saying that. Tina Mali, I missed you last week. She says, hi, Miss Franca. Good to see you again. You're looking good. Thank you, Tina. Thanks for joining us. We are talking female friendships today. And to kick off the discussion, I'm going to tell you about the 5 types of female friends. Put yourself in there. I've already put you somewhere. We have one that we call the caretaker friend. the caretaker friend. That's Jackie. The caretaker friend is protective of you. She's nurturing. She's encouraging. She always has snacks in her bag, you know. Do you have this? you know that kind of friend where you're going somewhere. She's like, umbrella. Like she's always thinking of you, right? That's the person she is. And she leaves you feeling loved and well taken care of. Sometimes we're talking and I'm going to out you, but you're not allowed to do the same to me. Sometimes if I have something going on and it's painful and I talk to her, they should be crying. Where I am not crying, even though I'm the one going.
She's crying more than
she's crying for me. So the caretaker friend is like a mom and big sister plus mother nature put in one. That's Jackie.
A little bit of a bully.
And a big bully, not a little. You know, that's where the mom part comes in. She tries to mother you, you know, sometimes. Don't do this. I'm like, we sat in the same class. It's not like you can give birth to me or anything. But I think everyone should have that kind of friend who, you know, has your back, right?
Yeah.
Dora, do you have one?
I think I do.
Yes. As I'm explaining it, think through your friends and see, you know, if you have one of them. I remember in university, she would, sometimes if it was raining or something, she would come and knock on my door. Opa, I made Horlicks for you. I want
Oh, but that's really lovely, you know?
Yes, and I think of those things and sometimes I just laugh. I'm like, this woman is amazing. But anyway, you're not allowed to expose me. It's my show. And then the second type of friend is the fun time friend, right? So this friend is wild. She always has somewhere to go. You know, every party she's there, every event she's there, and she always has, let's go. I have a +1, let's go. She will take you, you know, to places. You meet people through her and all of that. And if you are single and going through a breakup, you need that kind of friend. Because she's like, hey, no, put on red lipstick, let's go. You know, that kind of fun friend, right? And she makes it feel like it's you and her against the world. You can conquer anybody. And you need that kind of friend also in your life. I already have one in mind. She's in Accra. I'm sure she's watching. She knows herself. And then the third type is the independent woman, right? This one is driven. She's inspiring. She has her whole life figured out. She's like a lady. If you call her, I need an accountant, she has the number. I need a carpenter, she has the, like she has her whole life. You know those people, Chalet, emotionally confident, mature, solid.
Is like you. Extremely ordered.
That's how I look. You know, solid sense of self-worth. And is the kind of person you see and it's like, I wish I could be like her one day.
We are looking at her.
Lucky me. Anyway, so that's how I look, so I'll take it. And then the fourth one is the one-on-one friend. You know that friend that doesn't like people. They don't like to go out with friends, but they want to have time with you.
Yes.
So let's go and have let's go and have tea somewhere or coffee. Let's go on a coffee date. You go and sit down and you talk for hours. And you don't even realize that the time is going when you're talking to that friend, right? She's like, I'm reading this book. I want to tell you about it. I watched this show. I want to, you know, that kind of friend, like that one-on-one, thoughtful kind of friend, right? And the person is very compassionate, you know. So that's the kind of friend where you do something really bad, but you know that if you talk to her, she won't judge you. That kind of friend, right? And the person is also objective. I also have that friend in Accra. As I was thinking about it, I wrote someone's name down here. And then the fifth type, which I hope none of us has, is the toxic friend. The toxic friend is self-absorbed. Like everything is about her. Have you seen me, my dress, my shoe, my this, my everything is about her. If you meet her, she's talking like 2 hours before she has now crowned what to say. You know that kind of friend. And then the person is not, like they're emotionally draining. You talk to them and by the time you leave, you're like, oh my goodness.
I am tired.
I'm tired. I'm drained. Even when they give you a compliment, it's like they are teasing. You know, let me try and find an example. Like, oh, your dress is nice, but it's too short. They never give a compliment for giving a compliment. They always find a way of making the compliment something bad, you know. And then they only reach out to you when they need something. So there are some people where you see their call and you know that they're coming to ask you for something. You know, that's a toxic friend that I hope none of us has. Unfortunately, I have one.
I think
We all do. Everybody has.
However, I feel like you learn something from your toxic friends even. Some of the things you learn from toxic people, you learn to stand up for yourself. When they finish condemning you, much you condemn we are. One day you learn and say that, you know what, I will not allow this person to treat me this way anymore, right? Or they teach you what you want to accept or not accept in friendship. So even though they are that obnoxious, I feel like you can still learn something from them, right? I have that. Her name is here, but hopefully she will change. Anyway,
Amen.
let me read a few more comments because they're coming quite fast. Evelyn, someone says, "Good afternoon, lovely ladies. All legs crossed to enjoy the program. Thank you, Evelyn." And she says, "Enjoying you guys from the UK. Nice topic. Thank you for joining." Anyway, so Jackie, when you hear female friendship, what comes to mind for you?
Let's see. For me, I think that most of the female friendships usually come with family. Somebody you can bond with.
Okay.
Yes, so someone who is there for you. That's for me basically.
Mm-hmm.
Your female friend should be there for you. The person should be supportive. The person should be kind.
Mm-hmm.
The person should have your back. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and having your back comes with so many things. Somebody who, whether it's raining or shining, the person is there for you. And not just in good times.
Mm-hmm.
So even when things are tough for you,
Mm-hmm.
when things are difficult, when you are grieving,
Mm-hmm.
when sometimes it's not even a matter of a loss, but life is just some way. There are times that
Life is life.
yes, life just does not go maybe as planned.
Yeah.
The person should just have your back. For me, it's a support system.
Mm.
The person should be your all in all. That's
Right.
basically, the person should be there for you.
Okay.
Yes.
But do you feel like female friendships are stressful? Because I hear that a lot.
That's it. I think with different kinds of people, there are people who are tomboys.
Mm-hmm.
Tomboys, maybe they would have the opposite sex feeling comfortable with a person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that every female should have one or two persons that you can say that this is for me. I don't think it's stressful. It
Okay.
depends on how you handle it.
Okay.
Yes. I think growing up, you could say that, oh, we have a lot of friends,
Mhm.
so many friends. As you're growing up, I think you need to sieve the kind of friendships.
Mm.
So it's going to be stressful when you have a battalion of people who are not really there for you.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that's the catchword.
Mm.
If you have 100 people and they are not there for you, and you have one or two female friends, that will not be stressful.
Yeah.
But if you have to sort of be there and be around so many people who would either wear you out, bring you down,
Mhm.
then that would be stressful.
Right.
I don't think it's stressful in the sense, but I think it's more of the quality
Mm-hmm.
quantity than the quantity.
Right.
Yes.
Perfectly said. Miss Dora, when you think of female friendships, does that word or that group of words stress you out, or does it make you excited?
Female friendship,
Mm-hmm.
where women meet. I mean, you expect a lot of drama, but that's just on the side. No wonder you said she's the caretaker type, all the qualities you mentioned.
It's coming to Mother May.
So I think that female friendship, I think of strength. Women are strong. When we
Okay.
come together, we should be able to extend the strength, the power of synergy, it should work. So somebody you can be there for, not just the person being there for you. Would you be able to be there
Right.
for the person as well? Because sometimes when we want to make friends, or if people want to make friends with us, they are thinking of what they stand to gain.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I believe that you choose your friends. Don't allow people to choose you as friends. No.
Okay.
Because your bestie, the person may be your best friend, but are you really the person's best friend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So friendship, strength. I think of people who can be there for each other. I think of people who can support. So I was glad when Annabelle mentioned the support system.
Mhm.
People who can support sincerely, and rid ourselves of unnecessary competition.
Mm.
You're not competing with your best friend.
Mhm.
If she wins, you win. It's for both of you,
Mm.
or for all of you, depending on the number of people in that circle. So I think when I think of female friendship, I'm looking at strength, I'm looking at people who can be there for each other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at people who can push each other, to get to the top.
Okay. Looking at you, 2 words come to mind. Public speaker and romantic. She's rolling her eyes at me like, please,
Okay, Frank, I'm gonna
slow
close
it
my
down.
eyes.
Yesterday when I was posting about this show on Facebook, I was asking, are you team girls or guys girl? I am guys girl 100%. Most of my friends are guys. I have only a few female friends.
Frank, I have to explain why.
Because I think I'm one of those people who think female friendship, especially groups of friends, not one-on-one, but groups of friends can be very stressful. You say something to one, another person interprets it another way, and too much. But guys are straightforward, right? I've always been like that anyway. But Dora, what are you? Girls or guys girl?
Girls.
Okay. And you?
Guys, girls.
Oh,
Kabuna is listening.
No, I think that there are some guys who can be there for you, who can be.
Yeah.
You can have a friend who is a brother.
Yeah.
Yes, I always used to say that my brothers were far older than me. Let's say about 11, 16 years older, far older.
Wow.
Yes, I've been a baby sister for long. So along the line, if you, from school up to the university, if you meet a friend, sometimes you can meet someone who is a great person. The person is there for you. A few of the guys can actually even just will not go and tell, whatever, let's say we've discussed this, and the next thing, you know how sometimes gossip can just roll off our tongues as women.
I know, right?
Yes, so you can get somebody, even few of them who are, let's say, good Christians. They are standing in for you. They are trying to put you on the straight and narrow. And some guys can just be there for you. Yes, you can have people, let's say you are there, this person has just got my back.
Yeah.
Yes, so for me, I enjoy the girls, yes, but not in a group.
Okay.
So that's me. My few friends who are close friends, girls, it's an individual thing. I'm also not so much of, let's say we are joining the female groups and we are going for Kakum National Park and we are going for this trip. No, I don't do that.
Yeah.
That is not me.
Okay.
Yes, so the few lady friends, they are very close. They are there for each other. We are there for each other. But I'm not into the...
girls.
No, not the whole group kind of thing.
Right.
Yes, that's me.
I can appreciate that. Michael Appau is joining on Facebook. He says, great panelist and a great host. Thank you. And this being very informative. Special regards to Mrs. Dora Adwiti.
Oh, hi, Michael.
She says, hi, Michael. All right, so let's talk about seasons of friendship. I realized that when people get married, women get married, somehow they seem to lose touch with their single female friends. True or not?
True.
No, then I'm not. It depends on some.
I mean, for most people, yes, they do.
Why do you think that happens?
Why I think that happens? It could be a number of factors. So I think that even during counseling, you could be told that now you're going to be a married woman. You have to pay attention to your friends and your husband and your home, take care of him. Don't mingle with the single. Some counselors actually say that. Oh, frankly,
really?
some yes, because now I think I don't know whether it's a mentality. Maybe they feel that because they are not married, they cannot give. People actually feel that if you are not married, you can't give advice on marriage. Some people actually think that way.
Yeah.
So rather than continuing the bond with your single friends, why don't you join a group of females who are married so that you can learn? So I think that is where it comes from sometimes. But I think that, Franca, permit me to say this. Sometimes this topic actually made me think about my life, and I realized that from growing up to senior high school, I had an amazing friend. Perhaps she's listening.
Okay.
And we drop our friends along the line.
Yeah.
We are not conscious of it. We don't cultivate the friendship. And I think it's something we should look at, because I realized that we were all good, like sister. After senior high school, one goes to this institution, the other goes to the other institution, and we sort of forgot that we existed, so we're living our lives. Tertiary, you make a friend, you are doing all good and all well, and then after tertiary, because you do something else and the person does something else, you're also doing, like nobody is paying attention. But I've realized that you can't just be there and leave everything to chance. You have to be deliberate about it. You have to be, it has to be a deliberate act to build friendship. So it's not even just about the marriage, it's about stages of life generally. You know, you get to a certain point, maybe you travel, the person is still in Ghana, maybe this one does that, the person hasn't done that. But let's be deliberate. There are some few one-on-one female good friends. I think we shouldn't lose. We shouldn't lose, because my friend from senior high school actually had a doctorate and I didn't know about it. I was so embarrassed. I'm like, how did it happen? I realized that we have been out of touch.
For a long
but in this
time.
era of social media, make a deliberate effort. I mean, check up on the person. How is life going with you?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thank you.
2 words you said that I liked. You said cultivate and deliberate. So sometimes I think we put that much attention in relationships with husbands, but we don't put the same in relationship
At
with
all.
our girlfriend. But there are some things husbands can never do. If I come and tell you that, Jackie, I saw this person, the way she looked at me, even her body language and what you will get it. If you tell a guy who said that, Osha was saying, no, they don't even get it.
No, they don't get it.
So you, you
I think you're really dramatic.
exactly. But if you talk to a woman, she gets it. Yes. So I feel like, yes, I agree with you. We should be deliberate about cultivating like specific friendships, not everybody. Yeah, can be your friend. I also realize, hey, Asemo, Kwekumane says Mrs. Dorado's mellifluous voice is piquing my interest on the show.
Is that a compliment?
It is a compliment.
Thank you.
Now the English words, I'll find out their meaning after the show. Kweku, thanks for the compliment. She's grateful. I'm speaking on her behalf. You know, I feel like in this era of social media, right, the whole friend thing, everybody seems to be everybody's friend. Facebook friend now means nothing. You can have a Facebook friend you've never met. You know nothing about them.
No.
Or you don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
Oh.
No, I screen my Facebook friends.
Okay.
That's me. Truthfully, I do. I actually take my time. Sometimes I'm like, this one, I never talked to him or her in primary school. Why is it that? Or I remember something funny. I met a guy about, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, and the person like just passed. You know, those people that the person that is not your friend, he or she is not your friend, but so they don't talk to you.
Right.
Then after about a week, I see a Facebook request. I was like, no.
You're not my friend.
No, you're not my friend. So,
wow.
Yes, that's me. If it's business, if I put my stuff and I need, let's say, it's TikTok or whatever, and I need more friends, that one, it's business. I've pasted my Jabel or the shoes online. That one I can accept you. You want to see and buy. But the Facebook, no. Every single person I have as a friend on Facebook, I know the person.
How many friends do you have on Facebook? Check for me. I'm
around
interested.
1,007.
And you know all of them?
Yes, either family or friends of friends, but it should be somebody I should have had an interaction with.
Interesting.
Even if I see the friend request, I just ignore for months. No. I don't.
I'm sure somebody's listening is like, Papa. Facebook friend is what is it?
No, because I think it's personal.
Okay.
We share a lot of stuff, pictures, family pictures. I mean, some of our beliefs, some of the things. So that's why I said if it's a general social media thing, then it's different. That one we are doing business. It's open to all. But that's my personal decision.
Wow.
Yes.
My whole life is playing before my eyes. I'm kind of like her, but not as strict as you are sounding.
I think quite.
Okay,
Yeah,
but that's me, so I should know.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, not to say that you go about accepting friendship, but once you know that, okay, I haven't talked to him before, but maybe I have seen that he works with Franca. So if the person sends me a request, I'm likely to accept because I know he works with you.
Yeah.
But I think Annabelle needs an interaction. Annabelle needs an interaction, and that's why it's a bit, you're doing well.
Yeah, I think the value of the word friend is not the same anymore. Because everybody's your friend. I have people accept, like sending me friend requests on Facebook, I'll accept it. They see me and they pass. because I think they don't really know me. They just was like, oh,
That's you see you see where I'm coming from. You should be a friend.
I've just validated your point. But I think that, like both of you have said, we still have to be intentional about cultivating solid friendships. Somebody that you know that Jackie has my back. Not if Jackie is having a bad day, that kind of flimsy kind of friendship, right? Okay, so moving on, I want to find out from you, Dora, are your co-workers supposed to be your friends?
Oh, some of them are actually listening.
You can answer for the masses.
Franca. Okay, so whatever answer I'm going to give, it's not me. That's
Okay.
It's what I think.
Right.
I don't think your co-workers are supposed to be your friends. However, I think that when you come to the working environment, you should have a good working relationship with everyone. I mean, a story is told of somebody the place was burning. She was the Oga Madam. She's coming and people are running away. She actually, when the explosion happened, they all left. And her office was within, so it was such that you would have to get to the last space in the building.
Oh.
Yes, the
Is
person
this a
actually
true
had to go.
story?
Yes, this is a true story.
My goodness.
How
This
sad.
is a true. Yes, how sad. And that's because of the kind of, the people were mean, no matter what. You don't do this to any human being. So that, I'm not justifying their actions, but what I'm saying is that for co-workers, have a good relationship with them. Be nice to all of them.
Right.
In fact, be nice in life. It takes nothing away from you.
True.
But being friend, you see the way you said that the value of friendship is no longer the same. Friend means a lot to me, personally.
Right.
So before I would call you a friend, we have to be at a certain level. And I have to make sure I'm on the same page with you.
Right.
So that we have to, I realize that you even have to be like-minded to an extent before the person can be your friend.
Yeah.
So I have a few friends at my working place, Jackson Educational Complex. However, not all my co-workers are my friends. That's the honest truth.
Okay.
And I don't think all of them need to be my friends. I just have to be. But I'm sure nobody can say that I haven't been nice. That one, you can't say that.
They are listening. Dora, did you bring a squad of people to support you or what?
Oh.
Okay. PCG Hachu District says Harrison Ado. Dora, keep the good contributions coming. Watching you ladies in a board meeting, Mr. Ado.
Thank
We
you.
have been friends since 2001 and we are still. That's amazing.
That's one of the boys' girls.
And then Erekwa Anobia says, great stuff, I'm enjoying this. Special regards to Mrs. Dorado. Hey, Mrs. Dorado, you really came. So, Jackie, what do you also think about co-workers being your friends?
I am of the view that the people we work with, we stay with them for too many hours not to get along with them. That's my view. For me, where I work, the least amount of time you stay with someone will be like 6 hours.
Okay.
So that's 6 hours, 8 hours every single day, Monday to Friday. And for us some of us work different shifts, so you could even work, let's say, even up to the weekends.
Right.
My belief is that once you stay with someone for that long time, in order to enjoy life, breathe, have a soul-to-soul kind of atmosphere. The pharmacy where I work, for instance, if you have a quarrel, sometimes I tell you that go and sit somewhere and relax. Do you want a drink? Sit and relax. But you have to make up with the person. I just don't think that you can work confidently, comfortably, and not have a friend.
Okay.
So you might not necessarily have your bestie in your department or even within your whole workplace, but there should be one or two people who are there for you.
Yeah.
So yes, like Dora said, you don't have to have the best friend, but you have to have somebody there for you. So for me, within my establishment, if it's a management setting, I should have one or two people within that small setting who I know are there for me. Oh, something happened yesterday, you were not there, or something happened that you need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Not in a judgmental way,
Right.
but the person, you should have one or two people. That's my belief. Even within a small setting, no matter how much of the organ madam you are or the boss that you are, you should have somebody that you can see that, oh, there's something happening, you know, or this and this is not happening well in the department. Is there something that we can do about it? But I believe that you don't necessarily need to have a best friend there, but you should have one or two people who are there for you within because you just spend too much of your time. How many hours? I mean, our children are in school. We don't see them till like, 5 or 6. Our spouses are at work, we are also here. But the person you are working with or the people we work with, you spend well over, and that's like, let's say, 6-8 hours a day multiplied by a month, multiplied by 5, 10 years. That's a lot of time to spend in a lifetime with them. You really need to get one or two people who are there for you. That's my belief.
Right. I completely agree as well. I want to talk about this thing with, I don't know how else to put it than to call them fast friends. You know, there are some people you meet one day, like, oh, hi, I'm Francisca, I'm Dora. Next thing you know, Dora is in your house, she's in your kid's school, she's your friend all of a sudden, and you feel overwhelmed. Have you experienced that? Have any of you experienced that? Like, fast friend, you met her today, and by the end of the week, she's your bestie.
Yes, I think it actually depends on whether it's a good fast friend or the bad fast friend, because you can also meet someone today. Every time I tell the story when I meet you that yesterday, you know, I think about 2 days ago, I was telling my twins that they had an altercation with one of the kids at school. So I just said that, oh, what happened? You know, there's like, oh, this friend there, she's not a good person. Then the following day after school, I picked them up and they were playing with a nice, cute girl. And she came to greet me. It's like, oh, Mirabelle's mom, good afternoon. And I was like, that's a nice girl. I just said it mentally. So when we're sitting in the car, I was just telling them that is a nice person. So these are the kind of friends that you can cultivate, even in their small ages.
Right.
And I told them, funny enough, that, do you remember Auntie Franca? He's like, yeah. I said, the first day I met Auntie Franca, I just told myself that this is someone I would love to be my friend. So I think it depends on how you see it.
Right.
That you can meet somebody and you just click. So if it's overwhelmingly draining you, then that one you have to maybe do a little bit of backup. But if it's in a good way, I think hold on to it. As we are growing up, it's difficult making new friends. I don't know about you ladies.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, difficult making new friends and trusting them.
Yeah.
That's also another thing. Not just meeting people, but trusting them with all sorts of things. Your office work, your family, your kids, everything. So if you meet the fast friends who just overwhelm you in a negative way, I think that one you can back down. But you can also meet a fast friend and it's like, this is it. This is it.
Right.
So I think you can weigh both options and see. But once in a while, you can't meet somebody too who is also enamored with you.
Yeah.
I don't know. You are the star, so I'm sure you meet people like that. You can meet someone who just genuinely likes you and wants to be there for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it's just about weighing the pros and cons of what the person brings and what you can also give.
Right.
That's
okay. I think I agree with everything. I'm saying I agree. To everything you are saying, Joycelyn Osenima says, I'm enjoying the show. Best regards to my little sister, Mrs. Dora Adwiti. Please, do you have a crown somewhere here? You can put it on your head. Dora, what do you do when you fall out with a friend? Have you even done, she looks so sweet, eh? Like she doesn't even fight.
Oh, Franca.
John, is it true?
Franca, personally, when it comes to friendship, female friendship, I haven't had the best, but I've had the best. In that there are 6 of us, 6 girls. So they ended up being my friends.
Okay.
So they have been my friends.
There are 6 of you as in what, your siblings?
As in the females, yes.
Oh, wow.
So they have been my friends.
Do you have brothers?
2 brothers.
Wow.
another wow.
I'll send the world to my parents.
Yeah, I know, right? We are joking.
Yeah, we're joking. Oh, but my mommy said that now 3 is the maximum. Okay. Let's say 4. 4. Yeah, so my sisters have been my friends. They have been there, and we have always been there. I think we have gone beyond just sisters because they would support you. There are people you can call and tell the craziest thing you did. And they're not going to be judgmental. However, after consoling you, they'll give it to your heart and tell you that, no, what you did was bad. So aside that, like I said, I think I've been guilty. I have dropped my friends along the way. So I'm going back.
Because you're one of those people who marry and you leave your friends.
Oh, no, not at all. Oh, no, John understands. He gives me a lot of time with the girls. So I do a lot of time alone with my sisters. You know, you leave the kids home and then he takes care of them. But on the issue of the fast friend, I was thinking about it. I've had 2 experiences in the last 5 years. One was overwhelming. And so I just, you see the person, you just want to run away.
Oh, wow.
Not that the person is bad, but I guess our energies were just, they were not matching.
Different wavelengths.
Because the person, exactly. So I'm saying in my head, I don't want to be your friend. I mean, you are great, but I don't think this is going to work. But the one I experienced 2 years ago, she's actually a co-worker. It was the Jonathan David kind of, Jonathan saw David and said, and liked him, and they became friends almost instantly. So Kukua, I saw her and I liked her. Like, oh, this is a nice girl, sweet girl, beautiful like Franca, speaks well. And interestingly, she also felt like she wanted to be friends with me. So it made it easier. I think the difficulty will come when once somebody wants to be your friend, but you don't want to be the person's friend. That is where it's going to be fast and furious. But this one has been fast. Kukua has been fast and nice for me. So it depends. But I think in all of that, Franca, you need to slow down. I can't meet you today. The fact that, oh, Franca is so beautiful, has all her life figured out. I just want to be like Franca. So the next time I am in your house, Franca, when are you going for lunch? I am sitting there with you. Franca, no. I think we should slow down. No matter how desperate you are to have the person as your friend. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So Prince Ewabafo says, Dora invited the whole universe to support her on this show. I tell you.
I'm impressed.
He says, we are all rooting for you, Dora. Interesting topic and great submissions. I am learning. Thanks for joining us, Prince Ewabafo. Evelyn Asamoah says, such a lovely soul, Mrs. Dora Adute. Amazing. So, Jackie, do you find that you have different friends for different things? Like, I talked to Franca about, what we talk about.
I don't know, listeners, we don't know. I don't know.
You are denying me in public.
We talk
She
about
knows what we
churchy,
talk about.
churchy stuff.
So you have a friend that you talk about maybe your marriage with. You have a friend that you talk about maybe business with. You have a friend you talk about money stuff with. Do you have?
Yes. That is me. I have different categories of friends. Yes. I think a friend of mine said, you seem to have quite a number of friends. I said, no, they all have their uses. They all have their uses.
Uses, pa.
Yes. And I feel the same way towards them too. Yes. So for me, I think that you can't have a one-fix-all kind of friend. You can have one which comes very close, like the beautiful lady sitting in front of me. She comes very close. But for
I thought
me,
I was all that too. Now they are telling me that I can't fix all.
You can't accompany me with a huge facilitator to a wedding or a funeral and be like, no, Jack, we don't do that. So I think that we as women, we need that kind of friendship. You can have the bestie who is almost there, or almost, let's say, a 95% and 90% friend. She's there for you. When your kids are sick, she'll call you. I mean, when you are sick, when you're having issues at work, she supports you before she says that. So what was also your fault? I mean, she supports you before she asks what someone who is almost there. But there are different categories of people and there are different categories of problems. And solutions that you need. For me, for instance, to be practical, I have friends who, like I said, they're almost there for everything, a few of them. And those ones, you cannot have 1,001. You can just have a few who can know everything about you or know most things about you, share a lot of things and be there. I have a friend who is, as I say, he's closer to our age, but he's my pastor. So he doesn't go to my church or anything, but he is the one who I have an issue spiritually, and he's like the first person I'll call.
Right.
I need him to pray for my kids. I've had this dream. When am I bringing? I'm bringing the kids. It's like, make time for me. Says, lay your hands on the kids, or I'm confused about this. And Franca used to also do that part too.
Yes.
Yes.
They've dethroned me.
Yes. So now, instead of going to cry on her, I'd rather say, but we need to pray about something. We need to. Yes. So those are kinds of the spiritual ones that you need to. I remember one of the days I asked my friend that, so what do you do? I come and unburden my stuff that I'm afraid, or I need you to explain something in the Bible to me, or I need specific examples. Like, we also have people higher than us, who also take care of our issues. There are also friends that, let's say, can be there that you can willingly even leave your children with. I'm traveling. Yeah. I need a responsible. Even at the beck of a call. Yeah. I'm for those of us who are, there are some women who are busy, extremely busy. They can have meetings, they can have corporate groups. You should have that kind of friend who should be able to look after your children for you easily. Yeah. Without being scared, without being worried, without even being worried about leaving maybe certain pertinent things with a person. I think that every single person and let's say they are not, for lack of a better word, and they are not usefulness, but the way they can give to you and you can give to in return. Right. You should even have a conconsa partner. Once in a while, you should have somebody that you should just unburden, and this one did this, and this is what I've planned. And the person should be able to calm you down. Yeah. For me, I think it's very necessary. Yes, because there are some friends too who, if it's money, you should have one or two people in this whole world that you can say that this month or this year, things have not been, can you let me have this? And the person is guarding, yes, whatever you've come to tell the person, and it's not rolling off the person's tongue. Yeah. You should have that confidence, assurance in someone. Right. So that's why I said, for the friends, there are groups of friends, but everybody has what they can give to you and what you can give. Truthfully, yes. Their functions, everyone and the functions, but it's very necessary. Right. I think as corporate women, as normal mothers, as normal everyday women, you should have that kind of disintegration of your friends. Everybody and what they can do to help, and you can also do to, not just one way affair, like, what are they bringing to me? No. Yeah. How am I also to someone? Am I the person that it's like, let's have a fascinator day and we are going to church, or I need someone to go to a funeral with? Are you that kind of person? So I think as we are also looking at friends to bring us good things, benefits, we should also see how are we also impacting our friends' lives? Are we the ones that they just call and it's just a conconsa day, or it's just today we are, having a girls out, or you are the person that the person can say, this is my rock. Right. When all things fail, this one is there for me. I think we should also look at that aspect too. Yes. Okay.
Amazing. I have a lot of messages. Let me try and catch up. Nana Bedubonsu Jr. says, great show. Nana, you have to start saying more than great show. Every week he says great show. Nana Adoma Atobra Echampong. She says, enjoying the show. Big ups, Mrs. D. You are doing great.
Thank you, Mrs. T.
She says, thank you, Mrs. T. So I'm sure that's your friend. Michael Apau again. He says, the way they can give to you and you can give to them. Love that one from Jackie. Yes, I do too. Michael again. Okay, the same comment. Prince Wabafo says, I know guys are not the talking type. Says men are from Mars and women are from Venus. That's a book. But I believe we can start having these honest conversations. The island experience kills. Oh, that is so true. The island experience. You are not an island. I think every one of us goes through a phase where you feel like I can do it all on my own. Yeah. And one day you realize that, especially motherhood will humble you. You realize that you need people, right? To help you. Like Jackie said, maybe you have to travel. Something happens and you have to go. Who do you call? So yeah, friends, I completely agree. The island experience kills. And I hope men are also listening, hopefully picking a few things from what we are talking about. Dora, you might have a friend, right? You think the person is cool, but then the people around you, for example, your sisters or your mom keeps telling you that, watch this person. Have you had that experience before? I know I've had two.
Yeah,
And both times they were right.
Yeah. I have, Franca.
Care to share
I
the
laughed
names?
because I could relate to the question. So yes, I have. I don't want to call them victims, but the people who were involved. But the people who were involved felt that I was not being fair.
Okay.
But I have 4 bigger sisters.
Oh wow.
So and almost all the time, and my mom. So whatever they have said, Franca, it has been true. It has been more true than false. So when they told me that, for example, I felt maybe I was seeing things from a particular angle, they were also seeing it from a different angle, because sometimes, not necessarily relationship, but when you are too involved, you're not able to see clearly.
Yeah.
So the people standing outside, because they are not invested, whether emotionally or whatever, they are able to see clearer. So yes, unfortunately, I listened to them and I let it go. Not that I don't believe in cutting people off completely, but just give them a big, a wide distance. I think that they feel that they were victims. So if you're listening, you are not a victim, okay? It had to happen.
Right. Nana Bedubonsu Jr. He says Mrs. Jackie is mingling well. Inside joke.
I know, right?
Jackie, how should you solve a misunderstanding with your friend? Have we had a misunderstanding before?
Several times.
I have no memory.
I do.
Let me tell you this. I had a misunderstanding with a friend a while ago. In fact, I didn't even know we had a misunderstanding. You know, sometimes it happens. You offend someone and they don't know they've offended you.
Yes.
And the person was fighting me on WhatsApp status and I didn't know.
Wow.
So somebody else called me and she said, go and check her WhatsApp. It's you she's talking about.
Whoa.
So I read it and I called her back and I said, tell her I don't fight on WhatsApp. If you have an issue, come and tell me. Because truly, I didn't know that there was anything wrong. And so when I sent that message, she came, we talked about it, we made up and everything. But how do you think we should handle misunderstanding? Because it's part of friendship. You can't always agree.
No, you can't.
So if you don't agree, what do you do?
Okay, so...
Don't expose me.
Oh, yes, madam. For me, like I said, when at first things were different, how we handle our friendships. You are excited to meet the person. With time, maybe you have the same attributes, you have the same things you enjoy, same opinions.
Right.
And then as you grow older, you have different opinions, different ways of dealing with things. And sometimes even it can be as something as precious as maybe honesty.
Okay.
You genuinely like the person, and let's say the person, this is my way of doing things. You can be a calm person, and my friend has an aggressive way. I have a friend who I think I do well in business, but this is like someone who is aggressive in business. Like, I can step on all toes and get what I want. I think that when misunderstandings happen, for me, what I try to do now is to calm down.
Okay.
At first I said, no, let's get it out. Let's say what we want to say and then get it out. Now I've just decided that I'd rather calm down. If it's possible, wait for a few days.
Okay.
If I still haven't heard from you, it depends on the level of friendship. There are some friends who be like, we hear me saying, don't you feel like you've done something? There are others too that you don't have that kind of relationship.
Right.
But for me, I've always maintained this thing of communicating.
Okay.
You can calm down after a few days. If it's a text, can we meet somewhere? Can we sit and talk through it? Sometimes it's so difficult because you really just want to get it off your chest.
Right.
But I think it depends on how much you want to hold on to the friendship.
Yep.
How much there are some friends who's like, okay, let me just give it to the person. If I lose the person, that's it. It's not going to impact my life. It's not going to let me decrease from who I am or decrease how I feel. But there are times too that you feel like this one, I need to get it right with the person. That's why you need to sit down Have a good communication. You can go and have a drink. The person will say, I don't want to meet you. For me, I can even drive to your house. Yes, oh, I'd have the time. I would make the time. Let's sit down. Can we talk about this? What happened? And when it's over, it's like, are you okay? You know, do you want somebody to even come in again? If not, let's find a solution to this.
Right.
And consciously, if it was for my fault, for instance, I just tell myself that, let me be more conscious, a little bit more sensitive. Let's sit down. For me, let me just get my things right so that next time, if my friend says I've offended a person, for instance, and it's my fault, I just have to really try and make up. And now that we've got to understand how to handle a lot of things and give it to the Lord. So there are some of the things that, truthfully, I just say, God, take control. Especially with difficult friends that, let's say, even it's not even your fault. I remember there was an incident, a friend told me that someone had offended her and they lived in, not a compound, so a house with different flats. And it was nowhere his fault. And the other person had taken offense. You know when sometimes people misbehave and they try to cover up and act like it's your fault, you are the one ignoring me. So I said, what did you do? It's like, oh, when I see the person's like looking in the east, but I still beat the person. I'm trying my best, or the person is like trying your best to get along with the person. But I think the basic thing is communication. Yes. For me, if it's my co-workers and you do something and it depends on the level I am with you. I can actually tell you that, remind me, I have a fight with you. Yes. And I remember one of the times, one of my staff did something, I was like, I told the other person, like, please remind me. I really need to have a fight with you and get it off my chest. Then one other staff said, Madam is going to write it in the to-do list. They know I put everything. To-do list. I put everything down. But that, I mean, for me, I will not just keep it in mind and then be harboring it. One day it will just explode. You can keep it, and one day, out of the blue, it will just explode. But for me, oh no, I would definitely iron it out with you. Even if it's days, months, but I still would get it off my chest.
Okay.
Yes.
So communication.
Yes.
And I feel like when stuff like that happen, you don't communicate by text. Because how you text is not how I read it.
Yes. Truthfully.
When I'm reading it, I'm rolling my eyes and adding chill, even though it's not in the text.
There's no chill. Yes.
So I think the best thing is to tell the person, maybe we need to talk. I realize that maybe these days we are not as close and I want to talk about it. But don't say the other day when you saw me and no. The person will read into it. So it's better you do a face-to-face communication and you sort things out.
Yeah.
And sorry should be part of us. I always say that. I mean, as human beings, we will offend. So if you offend and you know, or you are made to be aware, just apologize. You get it. Michael Appel again, he says, my question for the panelists. How easy, realistic, and practical is it for women to find very honest and supportive friends? Because from our seats, it's often very rare to see. Thank you. Michael, what seat are you sitting on?
He's watching.
That you don't see women. No, but on a more serious note, how easy, realistic, and practical is it for women to find honest and supportive friends?
Should I go?
Who is good? Yeah, sure.
Okay, so, Michael, I think as we said, as you're growing up, you would sift and sieve the ones that you want to grow old with, the ones that you want to do everything with. It's not easy, but I can't speak for my beautiful ladies here, but I don't think I have as many friends as I had in Holy Child or university as I have now. They are few.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sure some have dropped along the way, some have traveled, some have just had different interests. So maybe you can have a few, but you nurture it.
Right.
Yes, you cultivate it, you make it grow. So you might not have as many friends as maybe Michael is saying, but the few ones that you do get, you hold on to them. That's for me is a simpler. You just hold on to them, you nurture it, and then make sure that you keep it. Once in a while, you can, let's say, join an organization, go to a new church, a new business, and meet that friend that you click with. But the few ones that you do have, the old ones that you have, and the new ones that you are making, You just nurture it. That's all. You might not have 1,001, but you might have a few good ones. Yes.
Even as she's saying that, she's the person that you go for an event with, and from the time you step out of the car, hello, Jackie, hello, hello,
Oh,
hello. And some of them will want to talk to her, then I'll be standing there looking, Obama, but why? Then we'll move another 2 steps. Oh, hello, but who are you? So when she says she doesn't have a lot of friends, I don't really know what she's talking about. But I'll take, I'll take it.
I think that with Michael's question, with all the things we have said, for example, you said sorry should be part of us. And I also think that sometimes the way we treat friendship, female friendship, we are quick to discard the friendship. Oh, let it go. Oh, it's nothing serious. But if you value it, like Annabelle said, she wouldn't mind driving to your house to tell you that, let's sit and talk about this. I think we should attach the same level of seriousness as we do to relationships.
Right.
If we do that, I'm sure we'll be able to build very good female. So Michael, it's practical. It's not going to be easy, but over time we can build such and change the narratives.
I know, right? I missed a message on WhatsApp. The person said, I want to be the first person to say have an amazing show. And I've gone one whole hour before reading it. I'm sorry. But thanks for saying that. If you want to join us on WhatsApp, you can do that on 0548 501 584 0548 501 584 on WhatsApp, and we'll read your comment live on the show. You're live on Orange 107.9 FM. This is episode 2 of season 3 of the Women Lately show. Conversations worth having, and we've been having a very interesting discussion on female friendships. I have been joined by the lovely Annabelle Jacqueline Ade Eji. I was going to say Drury for your husband to come and kill me. And Dora Nana Adote. Yesterday, Dora said, can you add the Nana? I was like, this girl, I've already finished the flyer. I can't add any Nana anywhere. Anyway, can a female friend be your soulmate, Jackie? You didn't see that one coming. Do you think?
Soulmate. That's kind of two-way. Okay. Yes, because if someone is your soulmate, then I'm thinking, just in case you're married, then
where will your husband be?
Where would the husband be? You get it.
Right.
Yes. So I basically think that you can have someone who is more than even a sister. They are friends who can be more than a sister. You even can have a friend who can maybe do a lot of things for you as a husband. Not in the way we think, but the person is there for you. So for me, soulmate, it's a bit draining on my soul. if I want to be politically correct, right? Yes, okay. But I think that it depends. You can have someone who is a sister, a friend. I think that definition should be
enough for me.
Should be enough, yes. But a soulmate, I think it entails more.
Right.
It's spiritually, it goes beyond just the normal friendship. You can have a bestie. You can have a sister, a friend, but soulmate, I am thinking that's a bit deep.
The word is carrying here.
Yes, so I that's why I said you can have someone who is always there. You can even have a friend who is even friends with you and your hobby. The person is for you. You know that, like, even if you're not there, the person is consistent, the person is there for you. But for a soulmate, I am thinking yes, we should stay with the bestie stroke, sister stroke, good friend.
Okay.
Yes.
Does Dora agree?
I think I do.
Because your husbands are listening, you're scared.
I do.
Anyway.
Oh.
First, baby, hello. You've missed a lot. Unless you've been on and I didn't realize. I hope you're doing well, sis. Let's talk about, let's say Jackie and I go out. Are we splitting the bill or who's paying? Because there are some friends, every time you go out, you are paying.
Really?
Yeah, some people do that.
That's a toxic friend.
You know those people when the bill comes and suddenly they get a phone call?
I think I can come in with that.
Right.
You see, all that we are talking about is building great friendships, nurturing great friendships. As we grow, I think we find ways of eliminating such people. So for me, I usually don't like mincing words. That's just me. I think a friend said, I think you need to sometimes
tone it down
a bit,
right?
and I'm like, no, it depends on who I'm toning it down with. So if I am going out with you having a good time and you decide to vanish or be on the phone, I will not mince words. Oh no, I won't take it. We've come too far to I mean, suck these things in,
right,
and then sit in your car and you're angry.
Yeah.
You know, for me, oh, no. Even if I can afford it, I can even leave part for you, and I'll be waiting for you. You can't vanish into thin air. But that's me. I mean, if I'm taking you out, I want to go all out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking Dora out, I'm taking Franca out, and the bill is on me.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, that's me. But if you decide to play smart, I think now we've come too far.
That stage, right?
Oh, no. You can't get away with it.
Right.
That's why I said, I think not even in that line, we should also encourage our young people to also stand up for those things. Okay. Our young children, our young friends, if you are in such, a position to nurture young girls, we should be able to let people know the right thing to do. I think that we have too many friends who are bullies. There are people like that, who think they are too smart. Yes, I think there are few people who come up like that.
Yeah.
Either it's their nature, or for me, it's always like, what can I get from it? Or I want to have the last laugh. No. If you are going out with, there should be an agreement. Yes. If we are, let's have a drink kind of thing. Let's kind of, and I'm paying, I don't even mind.
Yeah.
But I think once, twice, no,
That's
then I
enough.
need to check you.
How she said that, no. It's like, don't even try.
No.
Don't even try.
Dora, is it being too harsh?
No, it's not, because then, Franca, if you are not able to say it, and you go and sit in your car, and you are angry, you may with anger, that is not friendship.
Yeah.
That is not building friendship. I
Yeah.
think you should be able to tell your friend, this attitude is not a good one. Do something about it. Probably, you may not be the only person that she's doing that to.
Yeah.
Maybe that is how she's playing smart with everyone. But we should be able to tell our friends, this is not good enough. I think it's one of the aspects of great friendship. It is not cool.
Right. That I actually think is a very Ghanaian thing. Like, yeah, if you go out, or these Westerners, they assume that everybody's taking care of their own bill.
Yeah.
So I don't know where that thing comes from, but there are some people like that.
Yeah,
They'll get a call.
money,
Every time the bill comes, they have a phone call.
Pharmacists have money, so they think when they go out with you,
Dora.
they think when they go out with you, should, but people have that perception. They think that it's all good for you. You are swimming in money.
Yeah.
So if Franca is paying for a bowl of rice, 100
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? But we have to wean ourselves of that mentality. It is not cool.
You could offer, for instance, you could still make the attempt to offer.
Yeah.
If the person is saying, oh, that's okay, I'll take care of it. I think that's different.
Yeah.
Yes, but I think in this 21st, we have to let people start owning up for certain behaviors which are not good in
You
friendship.
see the mother I talked about?
It should be weeded out.
Jackie will mother you. Now, Dora, because you have so many sisters, right? Do you think that your sisters should necessarily be your friends? I'm not talking about your experience. I'm just talking about somebody who has sisters. Should they be your friends because they are your sisters? Or should you choose for them to be your friends? Do you get the question?
Yes, I think I do. And I think that you should choose, because even with me, not all of them are as close.
Okay.
So yes, I love all of them. I know they love me, baby sister, but I have a particular one. I know she's listening. And they all know. The interesting thing is all my other sisters know that we are like this. John is aware of it. So sometimes he would tease me when it's like 7 p.m. Hey, has she called you today? Would you call her? Because she knows that we talk almost every day, talk about stuff, talk about even intimate stuff. We share our secrets, we try to help one another. So I think that friendship should be intentional. The fact that I'm not saying your sisters are always going to be your friends, but if you are looking for real friendship, choose to make that sister your friend.
Okay.
Choose. It's a choice you have to make.
Right.
I don't think you should just take it for granted that, because you see, not even with girls, sisters are not automatic friends. In one sense, you can also say they can be your friends, but they are not automatic.
Right.
So I want us to, the fact that we are all sisters, we are all girls doesn't mean, but try, because Franca, you see, I could be there and not call my sister. I mean, they are my sisters. I know my birthday, they will call, maybe send a present and all of that. That is not friendship. I know some sisters, they don't communicate.
Yep.
They don't even know what is happening in the other person's life.
Yeah.
That is not friendship, even though the person is your sister. So I think that you have to deliberately, intentional.
Right.
This is my friend. This is somebody. So one of my sisters is that type of person who is all in all. You know, you know that you can count on her for anything. I can call her right now and tell her that, oh, I have to be in Accra tomorrow, so I'm bringing the kids. I'll carry the kids, whether she's prepared or not. She will make room. She will make certain sacrifices. So, yeah.
And I hope you tell her that.
I do, and she knows I love her.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe can I come in?
Sure.
One of my sisters is this, so I don't have sisters. This beautiful lady. I have 2 brothers, but I remember I met one of my new friends. You know the ones you were saying they can be overwhelming or not, and this one was like, you know, you just meet and you just like each other. And she was telling me about how the sister was there for her through the bad times.
Yeah.
It's like she was encouraging her, like, you know, if you didn't pass, go and do it again. So how much is the school fees? I'll pay for it.
Oh, wow.
Even when she pays for you and you didn't even do it, it's like you are doing it again.
Wow.
That kind of person who is on you, you have to make it. I am thinking that, yes, you can have sisters, but you can have one who is for you.
Yeah.
And the person just can keep your secrets. The person knows your lows that other people might not even know.
Yeah.
And that person is like still mouth shut.
Right.
And I'm there for you.
Right.
I think the problem more often than not is that we don't really let them know how much we cherish that.
Yeah.
Because they are not having it with everybody. So if it's for you and you see that, I think one of the things now we should try and let I cherish what you do for me in little ways.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be. But let the person know that what you're doing for me, I cherish it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. But I think there are different people. So you can have like, she's lucky. She has a lot of sisters.
I know,
I
right?
don't. But you can have the one that's for you. Even amongst my brothers, their friends know that like this particular one or that particular one. Is even though they are not sisters, like this one is for you. Even my husband will be like, hey, you and this brother, like the person is for you.
Right.
That the person thinks about your children, whatever is going on with their children. So how old are they? How was school today? Sometimes like even in different worlds, but how was school today? I think that's necessary. If you have that, you cherish it. You just don't let it go. Yes.
Okay, I love it. Akosia Osechumwa says, hello ladies, you guys are awesome, lovely shows. Special regards to Mrs. Nana Aduti. Thank you for joining us, Akosia. Thanks for the compliment. Utia Mankwa Ernest says, hey Dora, I'm watching from Accra.
Oh,
and he says,
Ernest.
great submission from Dora. About the sisters, right? And then Gold Zakari says, beautiful Dora Nano say with a beautiful voice. Hey, madam. Madam, oh my pa. Let's talk about this friend who is always talking about her problems. You know, there are some friends when you meet them, they are always saying, my husband has done this, my children have done this, my boss, every time they're complaining. How do you handle friends like that? Who will go first? Dora, you go.
Okay, so I'm actually trying to find a practical. So, you know, it's draining when somebody is always coming to you and telling you one problem after the other. This one has done this, that one has done that. It's draining. Listening to it alone is draining. So what I try to do is that, hey, with all these things you have said about these people, there must be something you are doing. Let's talk about what you are doing. Because, Franca, I have realized that if you came and talked to me about your boss, I don't have access to your boss, but I have access to you.
Right.
So why not deal with you? So you tell me, okay, this is what they did. Okay, what warranted that? Did you do something because there's cause and effect? So, okay, so maybe I did this. And then you try to listen. Let the person understand where the person was wrong. Let the person know, oh, sweet, this one, dear, I think the person reacted this way because you did that. That way, you are helping your friend
Mm-hmm.
not to be a complainer.
Right.
So that the next time she wouldn't take that action which is going to warrant that reaction.
Okay.
And then you also tell the person to, I think it's something I had a lot of fights with John over. You know, you don't control, I think we've heard it many times, but you don't control what people do.
Yeah.
But you can control how you take that in.
Right.
So yes, if I came and Franca said, Dora, your dress is not beautiful. What kind of dress are you wearing? Okay, Franca said that.
I won't
It
say
feels
that, by
bad.
the way.
I know you won't. Just an example. But hey, okay, I looked at myself. I think I liked how I looked.
Mm-hmm.
So even though Franca said something which wasn't too pleasant, I choose
Your
to
response.
smile.
Right.
Yes, I choose. So let's choose our responses. Let's help such friends by helping them get better
Mm-hmm.
so that they won't get better.
Right.
So I think that is what I would do to help such friends.
Okay. I missed a comment from Posh Baby J. She says, fortunately, I don't celebrate Val's Day. What is fortunate about that?
No buying no chocolate.
And again, she says, what an interesting topic. Thank you for saying that. Let me know if you've been on the whole time, because we've talked a lot about a lot of things.
Okay.
Prince Ewabafo is bringing you your crown, Dora. So put it on. Virtually put it on.
Please say that again.
Prince Ewabafo. He's put the symbol of the crown and it says Dora's crown. So put it on. You know, to follow up with what I just asked you, we also have that friend that you call. Maybe you have an issue, you call them, and the moment you start talking about your issue, Oba, can you believe my kids did this? Then she says, oh, even me too, my kids do the same. They're even worse than yours. Blah, 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 blah. Then, okay, next thing. You know, I'm facing this, whatever, at the office. And she says, share, your boss is even better than mine. Like, she always brings everything back to herself. How do you deal with a person like that?
You know why I'm smiling?
Why?
Because I'm
You
just
have
recalling one or two people.
I have one too.
I know, right? But to get to the core of why someone would always be complaining to you, I think there are two sides to it. Either you are that kind of friend that the person feels comfortable with, or the person can just be somebody who is overwhelmed.
Okay.
Yes. I remember there was a little saying I came across that people have invisible wounds.
Yep.
Be kind.
Right.
A very simple statement that there are invisible wounds people go through, people have. Just be kind.
Yeah.
So there can be somebody who is going through so much and does not really have anybody but you. And thinks that you'll be the listening ear, the supportive friend, the one who would not judge, you know, or the one who would just listen and sometimes have just a small something to say that will calm the person down. I don't know if you've ever had any of your kids getting sick, and one of my friends stroke. She's a sister, and she's more of a friend than even a sister. She has this calming way of like, Jackie, they'll be fine. You know, calm down. You know, can you bring them over to the hospital, no matter where she is? Bless her. She's very private. Otherwise, I would have mentioned her name. But I mean, I mentioned her name when my kids are there, and I want to get up and like, you know, just get up and give her an ovation, standing ovation for her. So yes, the little thing would happen. I'm like, this is wrong with the kids. It's like, no, you bring them, calm them down. So maybe two sides of it. Maybe you are that kind of friend who can be there for the person.
Right.
And as we are talking about nurturing, cultivating friendships, you can also have a chat with a person, communicate. So why are you always hyper? Why are you always maybe complaining about this or that? Is there something we can do to solve it? Because if the person is just complaining, if it's about the kids, if it's about the husband, it needs a solution.
Right.
If it's about a job, it's about a boss. Sometimes your boss will not go on transfer. But you have to find a solution to it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that, yes, you can have that kind of friends, but you can also help. Not just about, yes, the person is draining you. The person is draining you for a reason.
Right.
A solution should be, I love to always have a solution for everything, if it's possible. Yes, there should be a solution.
Yeah.
Yes, so the person is draining you, complaining, but you can listen. Once in a while, sit. So how do we find solutions for A, B, C? There has to be things that you have to find answers to. So I don't think we should just look at it as the person is draining me, the person is complaining. And like you said, yes, so that's not the time that you bring in your problems. Because you might have more serious problems. I remember a funny story that someone told me that like she was having issues with the kids were misbehaving, like you're saying. That's why I was just smiling. It's like, do you know what I've been through with my kids? But then she said, what calmed her was like, so this and this is what I did. It wasn't just like, you know what I've also been through. I have been through a lot. I have gained that experience. You can try this and see. Yeah. So as we are celebrating, trying to have good friendships, we can also be the solid rock that somebody has to. It's not funny because that's why we also fall on our friends. Yes, so once in a while, you also might be the solid rock that somebody needs, but we should see it in a different light than just the person is murmuring, the person is complaining. Because for me, you would have to snap out of it. You have to get a solution out of it. Yes.
Okay. Nana Bedubos Jr. says, a very Zigazin show. I like it. Nana, you have to come and explain what Zigazin means.
We don't understand either.
And again, he says, we have different friends. I have a friend who will willingly rob the bank with me, and the one who wouldn't even entertain that idea.
I know, right? That's
so who will rob the bank with you? It's not me. It's not me. I am the one who will not entertain the idea.
Yes, you are prim and proper.
Dora, so your friend is going through a hard time, and you know, but they don't want to talk about it. What do you do?
They don't want to talk about it.
Maybe let's say your friend has been kicked out of their job. Maybe their husband is struggling. You know that already. Now your friend is out of a job. You know they are struggling, but they don't want to talk about it. What do you do as a friend?
But I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know specifics, or it's just...
You know specifics. General. This is your friend.
Okay. I think I would try to help in any way that I can. Because you see, I've had that experience before. Okay. It was the other way. The friend did it for me.
Okay.
I was going through a difficult financial time.
Right.
And I was just sitting in my room crying one time, because sometimes, you are going through, when it comes to financial difficulties, it's difficult to get somebody to call, especially in this current economy. So, and the person I just received an alert. So later when I spoke with this friend, the person said, I just knew that you were going through this, but knowing you, I knew that you would never say it. You would never ask for it. So once I am able to spot that, no, this friend of mine is going through this thing, experiencing this thing, but the person is unwilling to talk about it. If I can offer solutions, why not? It's the solution is not always about talking. It's not always about words. In fact, it's more about the action. Like they say, love is an action word. It's a verb.
And Momo is a love language.
Momo is. I hope they are listening. Momo is the love language. I agree.
That's nice.
So I think that we should be, like Annabelle was saying, offer solutions. That's what the person needs. The person doesn't need you to. If I'm hungry and I come and you are talking plenty, you are making it worse for me. But if you know I am hungry and you ordered lunch and I received it, I'm sure I would appreciate it more than coming to lament to you about my issues. So yes, I will step in to help where I can to assist.
But you have to be observant then to know what your friend needs.
So yes, you have to be observant.
Sometimes they don't say it.
Yes.
But you can tell.
Yes.
You can tell. Jackie, let's talk about love languages of our friends. Last week we were talking love languages, like spending time with people, acts of service and stuff like that. I think friends have different love languages. Female friends I'm talking about here, right? So how do you think we should go about, I'm talking about our close friends here, loving our friends the way they want to be loved?
Okay,
you get it?
Yes.
So what's my love language? Let me put you on the spot.
Being there for you.
Okay.
I think you have a lot of good friends, excellent friends. Yes, but your love language is being there for you, and
she'll kill me after this one.
Yes. I think basically that's it, being there for you. Yes. But to answer the question, I actually wanted to link it with what Joa said about love in action. Yes, so I think different friends and what we can do to help.
Yeah.
I always have this to-do list. I know you'd laugh that. I even have friends that I might not necessarily need to dash them anything, but say a prayer for them. Yes. So I have few friends. I write their names down, and what I first want the Lord to do for them, and what I want the Lord to help me to do for them.
Okay.
Yes, that's a practical thing I do. I have a to-do list for my friends. If you look at it, you'll laugh. So, yes, so love and action. There are some of your friends that you can take them out for breakfast. That's fine. Other friends too that you need to push them. Yeah. They are maybe doing their business and they are taking it slow, and you think, as my friend would say, you are mothering them, but you need to push them a bit. The other ones too that even when they are going through a tough time and they are trying to be, hard and trying to put up, an appearance that everything is okay, you can't be there physically for them. If it's about giving and it's within your means, I think you should give. Yes. There are others too that will not really need, I don't know if you have a friend who doesn't really need anything from you, but just your time.
Yeah.
They don't need your money. I mean, how much are you even going to give them? But just once in a while you call, you check up. But it's a conscious effort. Right. So for me, it's every friend and what they need from you. Right. Like my pastor friend, I don't need to even pray that, or protect him. The Lord does that. Yeah. But he has other people too, even who are higher. Yeah. But they are every single friend. Some even are subordinates who we can push. The person might not necessarily be your close friend, but you can see that, let's say this person is a business-minded person. I had one friend who's like, somebody just sort of started her off a business. And this was a female. It wasn't even a man that you say it's friends with benefits or whatever. It's like, she just said, I see your potential. I think you can do well in this. Do you want to start something? It's like, I've just been waiting for somebody to help me start a small business. And so that's one of the things that I think that you don't necessarily need to make it on your own. If I'm driving an S-Class, one day I pray I get it. I pray Dora gets one, Franca gets one. I feel good that, yes, my friends should make it as I'm also making it. That's for me. Yes, it reduces envy, it reduces jealousy. When your friends are making it, you're also making it. I mean, life is good. Yeah. So if you need to push one another up the ladder, be it corporate, be it business, be it even for your friends or your children even growing up well. I can't tell the children of today, you can even go and put somebody's child off. But when we're growing up, your mom's friends or even those in the community who are not your friends could even let you know that you are wrong. Yeah. You get it. So for me, if my friends' children are well behaved, they are growing up well, they are going to school well, they are towing the line, I would love my children to do the same. If my friend is making it in business, is making it up the academic ladder, why not? I should be able to not be envious, encourage the person. And if it's something for me to wake up to, you do the same. So for me, I think that there are different ways of showing love in action, but you need to show that. Not just speak it, but show whatever is happening to you, or show whatever you think should happen, or help the person to.
Right. Let me piggyback off what you just said. Let's talk about Dora, having the grace to celebrate your friend when they are winning and you are not. So let's say you are a group of friends. This one is married, has a child. I'll use marriage because that is where all the jealousy starts from. Married with a child, the next person is married and you are not. How do you have that grace to be able to celebrate them? Not the fake celebration, no. Like, oh, the wedding was nice. No. I'm talking about like really being happy for them. How do you have that grace to celebrate your friends when they are winning and you are not?
Female friends.
Yeah.
So before I actually got here, I was thinking about it and how female friendship, it's like you can't take jealousy out of it. But I think that for some, yes, people, women, I don't know if it's just women, because for guys, it looks like, I'm not a guy, but it looks like They keep going. It doesn't really matter.
Guys watching, please let me know in the comments on Facebook.
If they get jealous.
Do you guys
of their
get jealous
male
of each
friends,
other?
Yes, I would like to know.
The guys do?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they buy a C class, somebody buys a C class, and because I
They'll
know
be
guys
jealous.
like cars, but I doubt. Okay.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
okay, but generally, jealousy is part of every human being.
Yeah.
I think that it is natural to be jealous, but it is unhealthy to stay jealous. So even in our personal lives, friendship, the person is getting married. Why? Sometimes you have to ask yourself that question, like quiz yourself. Why am I getting jealous? That she has 4 children and I have 2. Why? Is it the number? Because sometimes when you quiz yourself, you're able to come out with answers. You realize that no, you actually have a lot to be thankful for than to be jealous of somebody's. So ask yourself why you are being jealous and get rid of the jealousy. This one, deliver yourself. You don't need any pastor to lay hands on you. And sometimes you have to talk about it.
To your friend or to somebody else?
Maybe somebody else. I mean, your friend, depending on your level. The person may not take it well. But you have to be able to confide in somebody. I don't know why I'm feeling jealous. I don't know why I'm feeling like God is not blessing me. Why are they all getting married and I am not? Because you see, I realized that jealousy, envy, if you don't get rid of it quickly, it grows. You realize that you are getting better. You realize that you are following the bridal train, but it's like you are getting so bitter. You are praying that something bad will go wrong and the program will be a flop. And you will tell, oh, I'm so sorry, but inwardly you are happy. So the jealousy as humans, it is part of us. However, you feel it. When you are feeling jealous, you yourself, you know it. Please deal with it and kill it before it kills you. Otherwise, it will destroy many things. And one way to also not be jealous is to be thankful. Is to be thankful. Frank, as somebody is married, you are not, but you look at the things around you, you realize that you have really been blessed. You have so been blessed, but because you are just looking at that one thing, and this is not to preach, but something a brother of mine shared with me.
You're already preaching, so
I'm
good.
not. A brother said that, in the Garden of Eden, God said you have everything, don't touch this one thing, but their minds were focused on that one thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel that until we get married, or we get marriage, it's not enough. No, be thankful for what you have. Be thankful. Count your blessings. Begin to count. Yes, I am not married. Yes, I am 45. I am not married yet, but I have this, I have that. Because the truth is, if you begin to count your blessings, you realize that most people, they wish they were like you the you that you don't like, that you are being jealous of somebody. Somebody wished that they were like you. So yes, being thankful, staying thankful, and trusting God. Your own will come. So please celebrate. When you celebrate others, it means Jesus is in the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yours is going to be on the way. I'm sure that you're going to be fine.
One person that I know who celebrates other people is this woman sitting right here. She will celebrate even more than the person celebrating. And I think that's really beautiful. It's a really beautiful attribute you have. So keep doing that. As we round up the show, I have 3 things I want to talk about. How do you know when a friendship is over? Jackie.
Okay, so I think more often than not, it doesn't just come at once. It grinds to a stop.
A screeching halt.
Yes, a tumultuous halt. I think some of the friendships die slowly. You have different interests. Some you just have different ideologies and different ways of dealing with issues.
Right.
Yes, so sometimes you just fall out of it. You are fine without talking to the person for like a week, a month. It goes on for months, and life is perfect.
Yeah.
Yes, you just start assuming that this is not going anywhere. Yes, but I think that it's a part of falling out, which sometimes you can't help. You just have different ways of thinking, different ways of, like I said, going about your issues. So when life is okay without, for me, communicating, talking, checking up on the person, everything is fine without the person, the friendship is dying a slow death.
Wouldn't you want to reach out to the person and find out why?
Yes, so there are times that nothing would work. Even amongst female friendships, nothing. The lunches will not work, the breakfast will not work. Even carrying presents would not work. I just think that there are few people that you just grow apart.
Yeah.
So if it happens and both of you are okay with it, it's not affecting your relationship, it's not affecting you generally, some of them you have to let go. I think we still have friends that from primary school or JSS that, oh, hello, hi, you meet them, it's great to meeting them, but then you turn and life is perfect without them. Friends like that happen. So I think that some of them, no matter how much nurturing, watering it, letting the sun grow on it, all the good things you can do, you just grow apart.
Yeah.
That's why there's also room to meet the ones that just wow you. And it's like, oh, I've met somebody new. This is the one I want to grow old with. I mean, do a lot of stuff with. It happens. I think it's life.
Right.
Yes, it's simply seasons in life.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I agree. Tina Mali says, I've had several broken hearts from friendship in the past, and I can bet that's the worst feeling one can experience. I'm sorry, Tina.
Sorry.
I was friends with wolves in sheepskin. Thank God I've overcome all of that. Yes, sometimes your friends can trick you. You think they've got your back and they really don't.
Yes.
But I think friendships are for seasons. Some you're going to have your whole life. Some are just for a short period. Some are just to teach you something. And once they've done their job in your life, life takes them to a different place, and then you also continue.
Franca, to add that, just something small. That's I said. I mean, and you can also involve God in all these things.
Yeah.
As we are growing up, you can ask Him for direction for people who should be there for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can just meet somebody and just think it's a chance meeting, but we can have Jonathans in our life. Yes.
Yeah.
You can't ask him for great people to be around you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not even friends, but they are just there for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Dora, supporting our friends' businesses. You know how sometimes your friend buys from you, and when they are coming, they're like, I want family and friends discount. They don't want to pay. What should we do? Because all of you are in business. You know what I'm talking about.
No, but you see, sometimes it's supporting friends. Sometimes, there are some friends, Franca, who would buy from you on credit. It would take weeks, months for them to pay, but they will walk to the shop and pay in cash.
Yep.
You are not being a good friend at all. No, Annabelle, it's the truth. You see, we take our friends for granted.
This is
Meanwhile, you are supposed to. No, Franca, I've seen it happen to people. Actually, one of my ex-colleagues, I hope he's listening, he still owes me.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. No, because you see, and Franca, I'm sure I'm not alone, but it's bad. Meanwhile, if you went to the shop, you would pay in cash, same amount.
Yeah.
Sometimes discounted for you. So why would you want to kill somebody's business? If you do that, you are not a good friend. Please repent after today. But on the positive side, I think there are lots of things your friends can do for you. Personally, I like to support my friends' businesses.
Yeah.
I may not be able to purchase it. Annabelle is selling shoes. Maybe I don't need shoes, but hey, I can share the flyer. I can recommend to a few people because she has quality products. So I'll tell this out. Oh, if you're looking for this, this person can help you. That's why I am happy to be part of the corporate business group. Yes, because it gives you the opportunity to come together, but as sellers to come together to advertise their products. So the best thing you can do for a friend is to promote the business on your timelines. Yeah. You don't need to boost the page, just share it. Somebody may see it. In fact, when I was coming, there's a friend who does this brick thing. He's a graduate, and he's not really a friend, somebody I knew. Because when he came to school, I think I was in final year. So after school, I see it on Facebook, and I'm like, wow, this guy is doing well. He's not part of the unemployed graduates. He's doing something for himself. And so I shared it. It was just sharing on Facebook. And a friend called me from Australia and said, Nana, do you know this person? And I'm like, in all honesty, I don't know his character. I've only seen his works. And the person said he had a huge project here in Kumasi, and he needed to do the same bricks thing. And I'm like, okay, so let's try him with just a little, because I don't know him too well, even though I don't think he's of bad character. Just before I got here, the guy sent me pictures. I love the guy. Oh, I'll show it to you guys, ladies, after the show. And I was happy that just by sharing somebody's flyer, and it was like, there's more to come, so I can just recommend him to my friends. So please, push your friends' flyers on your timeline. When I send it to you, please share it for me, okay?
Yeah, and buy.
Push it. And buy. and buy from your friend. You see, Franca, I would prefer to buy from you because you are my friend, so that in future, if I am in need, you can help me.
Yeah.
Because if you get rich, my friend is rich, and life is going to be easy for all of us.
Yeah.
So let's learn to do that. Some people, they would, I don't know. Okay, maybe they have their good reasons, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
I think sometimes people, they have this funny idea, like, why should I buy from her so that she gets money? And I think it's a very evil way of thinking.
Very evil. We have to look for another word, actually.
If I can come in here, Franca,
Yeah.
One of our classmates who is also doing very well, pharmacist, sent me something from Jack Ma. He said he's one of the biggest entrepreneurs in China, and I invited him to join the corporate business group, and he was like, Jackie, but you know that family and friends, they don't love to support our businesses initially, in the initial stages.
Yeah.
They'll be like, we are giving her so much money, or we are making him so rich.
Yes,
so
good.
what he sent me from Jack Ma that I should read was that we have to engage strangers who don't know about our business. When the strangers are well treated, you'll be surprised how the strangers would trumpet your business. Later on, the family and friends come on board, settle in, and it's like, oh, I know Franca. She's a dietitian. She's a pharmacist in addition. I know Dora. Dora sells a confit juice. Jackie does African wear. She does shoes. That's our family setting, our typical family setting. There are few people who be like, oh, I'm going all out. My friends are doing business and I want to share. I've had a few experiences where I remember a good friend who is also a cousin was like, oh, you're having a fair, but me, I don't really wear African wear, so I'm not showing up. You know me, I called the person. I was like, you're not showing up. You're not wearing African wear. Still come, just show up. See what I do.
Yeah.
Don't come and wear it, but just see what I do. Another time, somebody might be interested and you can just recall that, oh, Jackie does African wear. I didn't even give her the opportunity to say that, oh, I don't wear African wear. No. And so they show up.
Yeah.
But I think it's a general thing which happens, I don't know about whether it's in Kumasi, whether it's in Ghana, that you have to be rich. You're making your friends rich or anything of the sort. I think that if my friend is selling something, like I said, I enjoy group wellness. My friends making it and I'm also making it.
Yeah.
It makes life easy. There's no envy, there's no jealousy, or even if there is, of course, we all can be that high. There are levels to success in life.
Right.
We all can be at the pinnacle. No. But once my friend is doing something, why not?
Yeah.
But I think it's different. There are some people who are not interested in business, don't understand what you go through to even get them that product. The stress you go through. So for me, I think that we should support each other. It helps a bit. But on what Dora said about some of our friends just taking you for granted because they are your friend. I had a friend who once told me that she's an aggressive collector of her monies in a nice way. I learned so much from her. When she told me, I burst out into laughter. But she said, no. When you're a friend or a family, she knows how sometimes they can't take you for granted. So in a nice way, let's say you've gone to buy something and it's on credit. She says, oh, end of the month you can pay. She says by the 29th, 30th, she starts sending you a text. I learned so much from her. She says she's not fighting. I was like, I'm not fighting with you. I'm just making sure that you will not break my company down or you'll not bring my business down. Either consciously or unconsciously. So 29th, 30th, she sent you a text, subtle reminder, oh, so when are you paying the 200 and this or the 300 and this? By first, she started calling you in a nice way. I think that some of our friends, a few, or family might take you for granted. But if you need to stay in business, you need to put your foot down. It is your business. Like Dora, you're saying posts are one. I can wake up at 2 and like, oh, I need to post something. I do that all the time.
Then she'll text you.
Yes.
Assuming I'm not asleep at 2 a.m.
Yes. So you put in so much to get your business running, to stay afloat, and to go to the next level. So it's not about just somebody just taking your money, but letting them know that it's a business you are running. You need to make profit for it. You need to be accountable to yourself. And you are putting in time and energy and a lot of money that you need to get dividends from. So for me, like I said, it's a business.
Yeah.
We should run it like how we are running our lives or running our homes, or it's a business.
Yeah.
So even if you are my best friend, you are my family, and you're buying, I'm like, okay, so what are the payment terms? Which one are you comfortable with? I can give you that because you're family or you're a friend.
Right.
But not that, because I've had a few, like Dora was saying, I have a few people who bought items and never paid for it and never felt bad. And I see their statuses posting things on God. Yes.
It's very sad.
Yes, and I'm like, really? The Lord is so merciful. So merciful. But I think that now when you stay afloat for some time, you start putting your foot down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the same people who are trying to run your business down will be like, oh, when she started, she couldn't even make it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one
true.
thing that you should know, that once you start something, the same person who would run your business aground would be the certain person standing somewhere and say like, oh, the
She
business
probably
has
spent all her capital.
but how did she spend it?
Yeah.
So putting your foot down, I think, especially with our family and friends, you know that you are running a business. If you are buying, you are paying. If I can decide to dash it to you, no problem at all. That's maybe after my dividends, I'm like, oh, you can have this for free. But once you decide to pay or you come to buy, it's a matter
ready
of
to pay full price.
yes for
Full
it.
price. Dora, you catch your friend's husband cheating. Do you tell or you don't? Somebody is making the sign of the cross. I'm coming to you.
Well, this is me. asking
Yes,
me,
you,
right?
Dora. Or say,
I wanted to share somebody's
I
experience.
don't say.
We live in some rented apartments on the same compound, and then one woman, the husband was doing that. I think the nature of the husband's work, he had time, so he was always home. And so our other co-tenants, couldn't tell the husband, and she went like, Ikea, is everything okay with you and your husband? She said, okay. I mean, bedroom stuff, is everything okay? And the woman said, yes. Is anything them? I said, no. Then she realized that, but you see, I'm sharing this because probably that's what I could have done. The lady tries to caution the man that what you're doing, it's not nice. It's not fair. Your wife has gone to work, to go and work for the family. So you bringing in young girls when your wife is away, it's not the best. The man didn't listen. So the next time, she went straight to the woman and said, I'm sorry, but if anything happens to you tomorrow, maybe you got infected with a disease or something, I'll blame myself. I feel that you should know this is what is going on. Frankly, I don't know how I would react, but going straight to the man, it depends. My friend's husband, well, maybe if the husband is my friend, then I can talk to him directly. And my male friends know me. I'll tell your wife. Mostly, I jokingly tell them, if I catch you with any woman, I'll tell your wife. I'll let your wife know. But I haven't done one yet. So maybe. But you see, it's dicey. It depends. So if the husband is my friend, I'll talk to the husband. If the husband is also my friend, I'll talk to the husband. But I think I would also find a way to chip in a few things with a woman who is my friend. These things, going directly to tell the woman, it's not always simple. And maybe pray for guidance, because the way women take marriage things seriously, if you're not careful.
Jackie, in 1 minute, will you tell or you won't? You just ignore and act like you haven't seen the
Oh, I
husband.
have seen.
Oh, no. I think that I will not go directly to the lady.
Okay.
Yes, knowing me, I'd rather see the gentleman.
And go and mother him.
No, not go and mother him, go and give it to him. I think that cheating comes with its consequences.
Right.
That you can either handle it if you want, or it can bring your marriage down. So I think that sometimes with guys, in our society, they have more free will than ladies. Not that it's the perfect thing, but they have more free will. And more often than not, it's like, I can do whatever I want, So for me, I think that I would basically see the gentleman, not to go straight and go and tell the lady that this is A, B, C that I have seen.
Okay.
Just sometimes, just to let the person know that, are you ready to sacrifice your family's happiness, all that, for maybe a fling or something which will not
side chick.
for something which will not stick around or not be a permanent thing or drain your family. If the person still continues to do that, for me, I think you can just find out, is everything okay? Like Dora said, with a lady, is everything okay? Like, if all that, because if for women, sometimes even when you try to tell the person point blank, the person is like, hey, how did you get to know?
Yeah.
You know,
You want to break my marriage.
You want to break my marriage. And sometimes even living in denial, you know, and then you become the bad person.
Yeah.
Yes. After all that, if you can just sadly, not necessarily go and say that I saw A, B, and C. Is everything okay? Is there something going on? Is there something you need to discuss? And I still believe in sometimes praying for people when even they are not aware. All of us have issues. Everybody has problems. But if you see this, and you can just even say a simple prayer, God, just intervene in this, and let the Lord do His work. The Lord has a lot of time and a lot of love for us that you might not have.
Yeah.
So just sometimes even a simple prayer for the Lord to take over.
Right.
But not to go directly and be the telltale all. No. I don't think it works nowadays. I'm sure in the olden days it used to work, but nowadays, no.
Yeah.
I don't think it works. No.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for saying that. Evelyn, as someone says, a number one supportive friend as far as business is concerned is Mrs. Dora Aduti. This, I really attest to it. Okay. And Posh Baby Ajay says, well done, ladies, brilliant viewpoints. Thank you for saying that. I think that's the perfect comment to end the show on. Thank you very much for joining me, Mrs. Jackie Annabelle or Annabelle Jackie Ade J and Mrs. Dora Nana Aduti for joining us on the Women Lately show. If you are listening to us, you can follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Orange 107.9 on all those platforms. Twitter, Orange_1079. YouTube, Orange 107.9 FM on YouTube. I realize the Woman Lately show is on there now. Yeah. All right. We've been supported by Perfect Health Shop. Locate us on the Dr. Adokofo Drive in Denyame, opposite the ECG office for all your health and wellness needs. My name, as always, Francisca Taylor. This has been episode 2 of the show. I will see you again same time next week for another interesting episode. Thank you. Good afternoon.